Mrs. Hines here. So today's our second day of Tinkercad, and today's goal is to make yourself a custom keychain. This can go on your backpack, perhaps goes on some luggage, perhaps you use it for a pet's keychain. The goal is to have at least two shapes that are merged together, that are colored either differently or the same, but you can tell that they're two separate shapes that you use, and use of text. So if you go onto your tinkercad.com, it should allow you to log in. Yesterday, we took the standard dice and you took one of them and you edit the dice so that all of the text is changed so that each side says something different. You change the color of it and you change the size of it. Okay, just to kind of get you used to using the orbit button and all that good stuff. So today's goal is to make your own thing from scratch. So you're going to create a new design. So right here it says create this new design. Click on that. Now again, your work plane, that's where it would 3D print your item. So you can look at this orbit button over here to kind of look at all the different sides of that work plane. Worst case scenario, if you get all whacked out with your views, you can always hit home. Okay. On this right-hand side, there's a toolbar for shapes. Okay, so we're going to create a keychain. That could be any shape that you like to start off with. So if you go further down, there are some different shapes. You can go under, let's see, I'm sure there are other shapes that you can find, but we'll just keep it basic for this one and I'll use a star. So by dragging the star out here onto the work plane, it will usually snap, it's called, to the work plane surface, so it's flush there. If for some reason you want to raise it, you can, and that dimension will just say how many millimeters up off the plane. I don't know why you would just have to have something floating there, but if you're adding like multiple shapes, that might come into play. So I'll just put that back to 0 and hit my home button here. So again, with your keychain, you can change the size of things. So these are kind of weird numbers. So again, you can click, and by just touching on the dimension, you can make it like a square. So if we make this 50 by 50, see what that makes the star look like. Nice. All right. And then how thick is it? Again, that is that third dimension. So this is saying how far off it is, but it's also the thickness. So perhaps we have it be 10 millimeters, quite thin for a keychain, and we'll have this be 0. So it's sitting right there. All right, so if we have that basic right here, we can pick another shape to kind of merge onto it. So a lot of friends like to use these two that are already here. So you can do this a number of ways, but when you drag it out, again, you're going to want to use this so you get them close. Okay, so again, this is maybe where you would want to zoom in, and if you wanted that in the middle, so that's a great instance of, I was just saying, why would you want to use this? That's why. So again, just dragging this up, and you see how that portion, now it's going to have an even amount. So that's kind of cool. So you want to use this orbit button around to just look around and see, does that look okay? That looks all right. So we can take these two shapes here, and again, if you highlight with your mouse both of them, you can merge them together. So you can group them right here. So by doing that, now the computer sees this as one thing. So when it goes to 3D print this, this will all kind of move as one together. It's pretty neat. All right, so I'm going to hit this home button back again, just to kind of look at my home view here. So I have two different shapes. I have them merged together. The next step, I want to add some text. So again, Tinkercad's really nice. It just lets you add some basic stuff like this. So I can click and drag this in and change my text to whatever. So if you're making this for your pet, perhaps it's their name, perhaps it's your sibling's name, your mom's name, whatever. I'm just going to do my last name. You can also change the style of the text. So what's nice is in other programs, you might get kind of whisked away with the different fonts, but this looks quite nice. So again, you might want to look at the top view. So this is where kind of sorting through your views would come into play, and then you would want to scale it down. You can move it. Again, if you click on it, you can probably rotate that text. So it might be best if I drag it off, kind of line it up, just so it doesn't get perfect. So once I do that again a few times, again, I realize that this might be a little difficult on a Chromebook. It's not the easiest. So take your time, be patient. All right, it's looking pretty darn good. So now, again, using your orbit button over here. So I have this text, but it's just kind of hanging out there. I want to click on that, and I want to make that a whole. So it's going to, if I combine these, hopefully go through it. So again, just with my text, I'm just drawing, box around the whole thing. And I'll just pull it up. So now it's all one piece. I can drag it together. All right, my friends. So have a really good time. Today you're going to be using Tinkercad again, and we're going to want to not call it drooling or whatever this is. We're going to want to call it keychain. So keychain star Hines. Be as specific as you can be with your thing. So when you make lots of the stuff, this will be saved. So whenever we are together again, we can 3D print this for you. So hopefully today you have a really nice time drawing your own keychain and starting your own creation in Tinkercad. All right, KMS, I'll see you later at the Google Meet. Thanks so much.